Hello, my name is Adriana Fletes and I'm the Director of Spanish, Kinder through 12th grade, and I'm here today to speak to you about the trilingual labels. Today's goal is for participants to learn about the benefits of providing a print-rich environment in all three languages. Participants will also be able to express the connection between trilingual labels and biliteracy. As a reminder, English, Spanish, and Chinese are taught from Kinder through 12th grade, and all three languages are equally important at ILTexas. Dual language FLES-LOTE teachers, they can all incorporate trilingual labels into their classrooms, but it's not limited to just language teachers. You can also label your school and also label your office. Why are classroom labels critical for language learners? Essentially, labels in particular help create an understanding about the functions of print and how print conveys meaning. You're making a connection between what you see with an educational focus of being able to speak and write, thus developing biliteracy. Functional print is the print that children see around their classroom, at home, and in community. This is the input of language. The best classroom labels will be written or printed clearly with uniform letters and correctly used capital and lowercase letters, including accents or special characters. Keep in mind that trilingual labels do not have to be generated using a computer. Students can also help you generate these labels throughout the year. Labeling objects in 2 or more languages help children understand that the words have meaning, but also expand their vocabulary. When placed on the common objects that kids see and use every day, like the clock or a window, but changing them out throughout the school year as well. This promotes letter and word recognition and encourages reading as well. Here's an example of a label that you will see at ILTexas. As you look at it, keep in mind or ask yourself, what makes these labels unique? First, you have sheltered instruction with visuals provided for the word microscope, pencil, and subtract. You also see color coding. So your labels in English will be in blue, in Spanish they will be in red, and Chinese will be in black. So what should you label? You should label as much as you can and change them out as often as possible. From the front office to common areas like the gym or the clinic or the cafeteria, to the offices for the principals, as well as labels outside of the classroom detailing the name of the teacher, their assignment, and these should also be in Spanish, English, and Chinese. Here's an example of a classroom label for a teacher in middle school, a performance coach. These are labels that you can use inside of the classroom. Great news is that these labels have already been generated for you. At the end of this presentation, you will have access to a link that you can use to download the templates. You can also begin the year with a label, but as you scaffold your lessons, you can begin to form sentences. So you'll start off with a label like sharpener, and by the end of the first semester, as an example, the student would be able to write, the sharpener is a type of simple machine. So it's an integration of classroom objects, as well as the content objective for science, and also language development, also using color coding systems. Tips: have a design plan in mind. Work with another teacher or colleague to help you design this plan if you need assistance. Begin with labeling common objects that students use on a daily basis. Allow for student-generated labels. Rotate your labels every few weeks and every year, and make sure that they're aligned with a unit theme as well as their language level. Make the labels accessible by placing the labels at the student's eye level, and make sure that they're color-coded for sure. Scaffold from one word to expressions and sentences, as shown previously. By using the wealth of labels found in their classroom environment, The teachers can support biliteracy development through engaging purposeful and meaningful activities for young dual language or language learners in general. Labeling the classroom environment in 2 or more languages is not for decorative purposes at all, but it serves as a strategic tool for the acquisition of biliteracy. Thus, the classroom environment becomes an additional instructional resource that enriches language and biliteracy development for language learners. Here are a few links that may be beneficial for you. This link will take you to the templates. This is an article on classroom labels and how to get started, as well as a Quizlet for the students to engage in. And as important as ILTexas' mission is, the mission of ILTexas is to prepare students for exceptional leadership roles in the international community by emphasizing servant leadership, mastering English, Spanish, and Chinese languages, and strengthening the mind, body, and character. All of this embraces biliteracy as well, and trilingual labels support this. Thank you so much, and please reach out to us if you need any assistance with labeling your school or labeling your classroom.